All right, so welcome back to another problem, and this is a 13 holes angle. Now, if you want to pause the video to grab the information of the drawing with all the dimension, that'll be helpful. All right, we're going to go ahead and start the problem, and we can see that we're going to go ahead and start with the dimensions of the little L shape here in the bottom. Back with L. So I'm going to go ahead and start the sketch. But first I'm going to go to Tools to make sure that all my documents, all my units are the same with the rest of the other part that I create for this project. So it's in grams and everything else remain the same. Close. Here we are. Go to Sketch. I'm going to start with a rectangle. For the shape, I would use the YZ plane. I'm going to draw something like this. I can use a line feature to create it, but I'm going to do this and then I'm going to trim it out. I'm going to go ahead and start my dimension. The dimension for the thickness of this part is 0.09. So you can see it's changed the shape a bit. So I'm going to zoom in here. So that's 0.09. This one is also the same dimension. It's 0.09. And then the dimension of the height and the width is 0.7. They are the same. When we're done, it will be the same 0.7. All right, so it looked like that. That's the part. What we're going to do now, we're going to go to 3D model. We're going to extrude this. And I'm going to do the opposite direction than what is showing me that way. And the length is 6.7 units. Okay, so we got that. And at this point, I'm going to go and fillet the corners. So I'm going to go to 3D model to do my fillet. And the measurement here is 0.25 in radius. So it's 0.25 in radius. So I'm going to go ahead and change that and this, as well as the one at the bottom of your screen. All right, hit OK. Now that is done. Next, I'm going to go ahead and start a 2D sketch to work on those holes that shown on your bottom of the angle. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go right here and start a circle. We're given the information that is 0.25 away from the edge. So right here, I'm going to go here. I'm going to draw my circle. This is 0.25, so right there. This circle is of diameter 0.19. Hit enter. And then I'm going to go to my 3D model. Here I'm going to extrude, cut this hole, and I hit OK. All right, so I got that, and it's already in the location where it needs to be. It's 0.25 from the edge, it's 0.25 from the side, and then we need to go to rectangular pattern. So my feature that I'm going to select will be the hole here. And how many of those? Well, first the direction will be the edge, the longer edge here. And I want 13 of those. Hang on one second. I'm going to do that again. I click on the wrong key. Okay. Direction will be this one. And then we're going to go to do 13. And the gap between each of those holes is 0.5. All right. I'm going to change the direction of the arrow so that the hole's going on the parts. Hit OK. Done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 13. All right, that is done. We're going to go to the top face to create the rest of the part. So 2D sketch on the top face. Also, we're going to start with the circle, which circle also have the same measurement, which is 0.19. And there's only 3 of those circle. So 0.19. And then what we can do like different than the other one is right here, I can go ahead and I can do the rectangular pattern as well for that one. And then the direction will be this edge that, if I can select the edge, that is. Let me see here 1 second. I want to select the direction, and that direction will be, come on, let me select the direction, please. All right, well, 2D doesn't let me do the direction for some reason. I can't select on it. Never mind. I was planning to expand this way, rectangular pattern this way, and then cut the whole all three at the same time. For some reason, my things got a little stuck right now. All right, I'm gonna go 3D model, extrude. I'm gonna cut it, and then I can now do rectangular pattern with this hole right here. Either way it works. It just, I don't know why it's giving me a little problem. I have to go look back into that. There's three, and the gap between those will be, what is it? The gap between each of those is 3 units. Okay? 3 and 3, and select the direction would be this direction. Maybe I have to swap the direction there. Bam. We got 1, 2, 3. Click OK. All right, 3 holes. All right, if you look in the front, it's look evens. Left and middle, right and middle. It's perfect. All right, the next thing we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and start a 2D sketch on the same face there, and we're going to do a little slot. Okay, so we're going to go down and click the drop down on rectangle. We go and find the center to center slot. We're going to go to this circle here until we see that point. We track it out. You see that dotted line that is purple on my screen. When that is there, click and then drag it horizontal. Click again, move it up and down. You can see that you have a little slot. Okay. What we're going to do now is dimension this real quick. This will be 2 units. And then we're going to have also the center of this to the center of the circle will be 0.5. Same thing on the other end. Let me do that again. I need to be the center of the circle to that center of the circle to be 0.5. Accept that. All right, because we already put in that's 3, so this is 2.5, so this have to be 0.5. All right, the only thing that we need to worry about is this right here. It needs to be also 0.25. That's based on the information that's given to me. What we're going to do next, we're going to 3D model, extrude cut. We're going to cut these things. We're going to cut it those. So, okay. And then we can go ahead and do our rectangular pattern again. The feature we're going to select is this one. The direction that we want to do is this direction. And do we need to change it? I don't know. We want 2 of those. What the gap between each of those? So it's 0.5 and 0.5, so that is 1. The gap is 1 unit. Distribution. What is this here? We want it to be over here, so let's work together here. I said 1, but let's see if that is the case. Okay, here the gap between this one to this one is a 0.5 and another 0.5, so that should be 1. I'm missing something, or is that it's from the center? I think what happened here is the gap is went from the center. So if it's the center, then it's 1. So if it's from the center to the center, I think that it might get to that. So center to center. So this thing is 2, the slot is 2, so the center will give you 1. And then we got a 0.5 and a 0.5, right? So if this is from here to this edge is 1, and then I have another 1 because 0.5, 0.5, and another 1, so that's 3. So we're going to go ahead, the distance here is 3. And there you go. Okay, so you just have to do some math there. Or you can go back and redraw another slot over here without doing the rectangular pattern. Voila. Okay, we're done.